Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Michigan here with another replay for you. And today we have the pleasure of watching Hawk 6 here in his Scorpion. Now at first glance, looking at the name, you might think that this is the Tier 8 German Scorpion. However, this is the fairly rare Tier 7 American non-turreted premium tank destroyer. What a mouthful there. This tank features great camo, a decent gun with 240 alpha, very respectable at tier 7, and decent mobility. Hawks here is playing in a tier 7 game on the El Haluz map, spawning on the south side. And right off the bat, he's going to head to a very popular sniping position over here on the Juliet Kilo line. Now, his team consists of a decent balance of mediums, and there is one heavy on his team. Two heavies, actually, and quite a few TDs, which we will be seeing plenty more of later. There's also two Arty, which is a very big weak point of this tank. It basically has no armor. I believe this gun shield at the top maybe has about no more than 12 millimeters of armor, meaning that any HE that comes your way, or artillery shells for that matter, are going to wreak havoc on this vehicle. And that poses a even bigger problem when you consider that this tank only has 820 health, meaning that getting hit for 500 with high explosive is basically not good for this vehicle at all. It cannot afford to take hits, let alone HE ones. But with its great camo rating, enemies are going to struggle to see it. So he's showing off the decent rate of fire here, putting some solid hits there for 205 and 247 into that T-34-1, the Chinese Tier 7 medium tank, and is now looking for this LTG. Fortunately, didn't go where the LTG, or where he thought the LTG was going, so that shell is just going to miss, and that one was a little behind as well. Luckily, the Type 62 is able to put a shot in. Now, it should be noted the team has lost the A1 corner, putting that P-43 Tear, Chi-Ri, and Oho in a very precarious situation. Now, Hawks is going to blind fire a little bit here, something that can be a little dicey in this vehicle, given that it doesn't carry that many rounds of ammunition. However, with 240 alpha, you can afford to blind fire a little bit as long as you hit your other shots. And Hawks being a great all-around player, as I've played with him for several years now, I definitely know that he can afford to take those shots. However, it's just something to be mindful of if you have this tank, you're looking to revive playing it, or maybe you want to pick it up later. Hellcat there spotted by the Type 62. Not going to get a shot in there. Hawks is down to 23 rounds of AP. His team is now down 4 to 5 and down 1,400 damage, about the equivalent of one tank. Now down at 2,500, and they are about to lose the North as the Tiger and the T-34-1 that Hawks was shooting at earlier finish off that Oho. Now his team is in a very rough situation. They're pretty much down to just TDs and artillery, with the exception of that Type 62 down there in the valley, as well as two artillery. Actually, one artillery there with the AMX-13F3. Oh, and the M12, who is platooned up with him. So Hawks is going to get off that ridge after firing another couple of rounds, and he's going to look to support what's left of his team over on the 1-2 line. T-34-3, smartly hiding behind the rock as he's a one-shot for the majority of these vehicles. The Cheeto SP holding the corner. Type 62 looking for shells on that G-Row. T-34-1 appears back in the valley, actually a second T-34-1, though it looks like they are platooned together. And Hawks is just going to hang out here looking for shots. Great reaction time there, just barely getting the back of that T-25-2, hitting him for a solid 258, taking about a third of that Tier 7 American turreted tech tree tank. One of Hawks' cousins here. Now looking for this E25, a very, very dangerous Tier 7 German TD. You can see lots of TDs in this battle. Looking for one shot, unfortunately not going to get it. That Type 62 is going to have to deal with that E25 himself. Looking for shells again. We've got the Hellcat and the G-Row, unfortunately get unlit. and Hawks is going to put a well-aimed shot into the top of that E25, who unfortunately finishes off the Type 62, but luckily he goes down as well. Artie there really taking some punts at that Dicker Max, a very lightly armored vehicle. And Hawks' team is down 7-10. However, they have pulled the hit point gap up a little bit. Sturr Emil there, not very healthy at all. Very big and bulky tank. Hawks is looking to save him. Right place, right time. Perfect shot into the side of the T-34. Finishing him off and keeping the Sturr Emil alive, even if just for another moment. Cheeto SP looking for that Caro P88. AMX moving wisely out of there. And it looks like they're putting in some good hits on that Caro. Will it be enough to finish him off? We'll see. Dicker Max still getting struck by Artie. Hawks here gets lit by the T-34. Gets hit, and you can see they're losing almost a third of his hit points, between a third and a quarter. The Su-14-1 finishes off the Sturr Emil. T-34-1 finishes off the Dicker Max. And just like that, it is 8-12. Hawks' team being down by 4 vehicles. Just leaving the low-health Cheeto SP, who is now going low, and the AMX-13F3. Cheeto finishes off the P88. Unlucky shot there against the FV-304 there, just glancing off his side. Must have been an auto ricochet there. There's the T-34, just misses his shell. AMX puts a great hit in there, allowing Hawks to finish off that Tier 7 medium. Looking for a shot there on the G-Row. Blind fires it, doesn't connect. The Cheeto SP finishes off the Hellcat, 11-12. The FV finishes off the Cheeto. And with 1-1 on FV, who is now a one-shot, it is just the Artie and Hawks, who is now on 3 kills and 1,900 damage. Let's take a break here, as I am out of breath, and I'm sure Hawks' hands are shaking a little bit as he attempts to carry his team here along with the Artie. Looking for the G-Row. Not going to get a shot. Hawks is really trying to use the bushes here, and it's a great play, really showing his knowledge. He knows that if he fires there, that G-Row is going to spot him through the bushes, and unfortunately, the way the terrain was there did not allow Hawks to get a shot in through the double bush. So he's looking for another shot there. G-Row disappears. There he is again, but Hawks decides that he is not going to engage the G-Row here, and he's going to wait for another opportunity. AMX-13F3 tangled up with the FV-304, who finishes him off, and this puts Hawks in a 1 versus 4 scenario. Now, you could say, well, 2 of those tanks are artillery, and 1 of those G-Rows is a one-shot. This really isn't that difficult. However, I had to look up the alpha damage of a G-Row, and you might think maybe it's 150 or it's 240. It's 300, which means Hawks is a one-shot for every single one of these vehicles. If he takes 1 hit, he's probably in trouble. Not to mention that those 2 artillery, who are just artillery, will one-shot him. Because remember, he only has about 12 millimeters of armor. So this is going to be no easy feat if he's able to pull this off, or if it's a heartbreak. There's one of 2 ways, which obviously I'm not going to spoil. Missing the shot there on the FV-304. Again, wisely double bushing. The FV-304 starts to run away. Obviously, he knows he's been lit. Hawks is going to finish him off, using the rock to try and cover from the Artie, but luckily he does not get lit, turning that 1v4 into a 1v3. But the hardest is yet to come, dealing with a full health Su-14-1 as well as 2 G-Rows. And again, all they need is 1 shot. That made me panic a little bit, as I was sure that Hawks was going to flip himself. Now, we're going to speed this up a little bit here, ×2. Now, the Scorpion is a quick tank, but it's not crazy quick, as Hawks goes around to look for some of these enemy vehicles. Going out, remember that G-Row was last spotted climbing that hill, so we're not quite sure where he could be next. I'm not entirely sure what Hawks was deciding to do here. Maybe he thought he could catch the Artie in A1, looking for the shell there. Just coming through the middle, maybe looking for that one-shot G-Row. I'm not sure what I would do in his situation. I would probably go and see if I can't pick off that one-shot G-Row and maybe outspot the other one, but I'd hate for there to be an Artie left in play. However, it looks like one of the G-Rows has hopped on cap, and we know that because we just saw the artillery tracer come from A0. With 2 enemy tanks on the cap, now Hawks has 22 seconds, and you can see him say oof there. 15 seconds. We're going to slow this down as Hawks goes to engage the cap circle. 9 seconds. 8 seconds. There's the one shot. Zooming in. The Jiro has spotted him. He's turning 4, 3. If he misses this shot, he's going to hit it. Missing that shot would have definitely been the end of the game. And now Hawks has a little bit of time to breathe before he has to re-engage this other Jiro. Already narrowly missing him there, just a couple of meters. He must be using the premium shells on that, as the splash damage of the regular shells would have surely damaged Hawks here and his Scorpion. 30 seconds left on the timer, just enough for Hawks to maneuver. He's looking to use some of the positions he was earlier, coming full circle back to where he started this game. Down now to 15 seconds, looking for that Jiro. 14, he doesn't have any time to waste. He's only going to have one shot again. The Jiro is backing up. Hawks is trying to get double bush, decides that he's not going to do it. This shell has to hit. Luckily it does, hitting that Jiro. He doesn't get lit, which is a absolute blessing for him. Jiro is looking right at him. He might know where Hawks is. Hawks gets lit there. The Jiro is pointing right at him, and Hawks wisely backs down. Where's the artillery? Where's the artillery? And there it is, right in front of him. Hawks gets lucky again. He still has to finish off this Jiro, and with under 3 minutes, this is going to be tight to kill this Jiro and then also get the artillery. Looking for him. Doesn't see him. The Jiro seems to have used some of his camouflage, maybe in some of the bushes opposite the cap here. But Hawks has to kill this Jiro to win the game here. His teammate here is possibly helping him out, pointing out some potential locations. Already blind fires again. Hawks was very smart to go low. You can see here, he decided to take the longer route rather than cutting straight across, and actually right in the path of that Artie. Finishes off the Jiro there. Probably still lit. I'm not sure why he didn't get lit there. Maybe his sixth sense didn't go off. But now he has 2 minutes and 13 seconds here to finish off this SU, who is no slacker here with 2 kills. And again, a direct hit from that SU is going to kill Hawks. Now Hawks is going to cut across. We're going to speed up the replay again as this countdown timer ticks even quicker. Hawks needed 1 minute and 45 to cap out, so unfortunately he is out of options other than to kill this SU. Now if I were the SU, where would I be? I would probably be sitting in a bush right there waiting to ambush Hawks, as I know that he is going to be coming up this ravine. He doesn't really have any other option. Hawks maybe thinks that he's back in the back corner. There's the SU, who isn't quite looking at him. Hawks muffs the shot there. The SU is now going to chase him. We're now at under a minute here. The timer ticks down to 55 seconds. This SU isn't that slow either, and is happy to chase Hawks around this mound. Hawks, with 45 seconds left, is going to make the decision to break contact with the SU and re-engage him. Now Hawks has a 50-50 chance to re-engage this SU. He can either come around the left side or the right side, and if the SU is looking at the side he comes around, well then Hawks may very well be out of luck. Hawks decides to keep AP here, doesn't load HE. The HE rounds on this are okay, 45, but they wouldn't be enough to finish off that SU, only having 320 average, so Hawks decides to take the regular route and make sure he pens through. Now he has 10 seconds left. How is he going to do this? 6, 5, 4, using the bush. The SU's aiming right at him, and Hawks finishes off the SU-14-2, securing his 7th kill, just shy of 3,000 damage to secure the win for his team. Probably one of the best, if not the best, replay I've ever been submitted. It is currently midnight. I knew I had to record this when he sent it to me, and I saw the result here. Great work, Hawks. Let's take a look at the postgame. Hawks finishes with a Mastery Badge, Bruiser, Duelist, and Fire for Effect, Pascucci's Medal for destroying the 2 SPGs, Defender for his 100 base defense points, and in Top Gun for his 7 kills, falling 1 short of a Radley Walters Medal. finishing, actually hitting one of those blind shots for 3,160 damage, 1,248 base XP. Obviously, close to top of his team. Actually, surprising that the Cheeto SP beat him out just a little bit with his 5 kills and 3,200 damage. Nice job to him. But Hox, being the ultimate hero of this game, making sure to carry the 1v4. Hox fired 30 rounds out of the 18 that hit, 17 penned, showing the strengths of this gun as well as Hox's excellent marksmanship. Obviously, we can write off a whole bunch of these 12 rounds to his blind firing, one of which actually may have hit, as he definitely did hit a blind shot that game. He did receive 2 hits, obviously 2 penned, didn't get anything blocked, did get a splash hit. I believe that may have damaged his track from one of the arty. 49,000 credits with his premium and everything, 70k. It's a tier 7, so it makes a decent amount. But Hox finishing with 4,399 XP after all of his multipliers. So, great job again, Hox. Definitely a fantastic replay. So happy you sent this one to me. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.